How to beat a gun charge in N.J.A. New Jersey's strict gun laws mean that a criminal charge can derail your life, but there are ways to defend yourself. Understanding your rights and the strategies that can lead to reduced penalties or dismissed charges is essential. Defending against a gun charge in New Jersey often involves challenging the legality of the search that led to the firearm's discovery. The Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution requires police to have probable cause or a valid warrant. If they violated your rights, any evidence they obtained can be suppressed. A successful motion to suppress evidence can lead to dismissed charges because the prosecution loses its key evidence. Another possible defense focuses on a lack of knowledge or intent, because New Jersey law requires that you knowingly possessed the gun. If a gun was found in a shared vehicle or residence and there is no clear evidence connecting you to it, you may argue you were unaware of its presence. Statutory exemptions under N.J.S.A. 2C. 39-6 may apply if a firearm was unloaded and secured in a closed and locked case, gunbox, or trunk and you were traveling within what the law allows. Many firearms are discovered during traffic stops, but police must have probable cause for warrantless searches and the circumstances must be unforeseen and spontaneous. A hunch is not enough. Challenging the initial traffic stop is another avenue because officers must have a lawful reason to pull you over, such as observing a traffic violation or having reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. Search warrants also require probable cause and must specify the place to be searched and the items to be seized. If the warrant is invalid or officers exceed its scope, a criminal defense attorney can seek to exclude the evidence. The Graves Act codified in N.J.S.A. 2C. 43-6, c. imposes mandatory minimum prison sentences for many firearm offenses and limits plea bargaining options. Defendants convicted of covered offenses must serve at least one-half of their sentence or 42 months before becoming eligible for parole. Offenses covered by the Graves Act include unlawful possession of a machine gun, handgun, rifle, shotgun, or assault firearm and possession of a firearm while committing certain crimes. To avoid these harsh consequences, you may seek a Graves Act waiver, which is only available to first-time offenders and requires the prosecutor and court to agree that the mandatory minimum does not serve the interests of justice. A waiver can reduce the parole ineligibility period to 1 year or allow probation instead of prison, and pretrial intervention may even lead to dismissal for out-of-state residents. Courts consider aggravating factors such as the severity of the crime, involvement of fraud or vulnerable victims, and prior criminal history, and mitigating factors like no prior record, unloaded and secured firearm, lawful ownership elsewhere, minimal risk, strong community ties, employment history, and cooperation with law enforcement. Probation for a gun charge is rarely available because judges have limited discretion due to mandatory sentencing laws, and it typically requires obtaining a Graves Act waiver. Probation is more likely when the offense is nonviolent, you have no prior criminal record, the firearm was unloaded, and you had no intent to use it unlawfully. Character evidence such as strong community ties, stable employment, and letters of support can help demonstrate that you are not a danger to public safety. Out-of-state residents who legally own firearms elsewhere may not realize that their permits are invalid in New Jersey, and this can be a mitigating factor when negotiating alternative resolutions. Facing gun charges in New Jersey can result in mandatory prison sentences that disrupt your life, career, and family, which makes it crucial to consult a lawyer with experience in gun crime defense. An experienced lawyer can review your situation and advise you on whether you qualify for exemptions or a waiver. A skilled attorney will examine police reports, dashcam and body camera footage, and witness statements to identify constitutional violations and weaknesses in the prosecution's case. Your attorney can negotiate plea deals or alternative dispositions and guide you through court procedures. They will file motions to suppress illegally obtained evidence, negotiate with prosecutors for Graves Act waivers, and pursue pretrial intervention when available. Because of New Jersey's strict laws and the complexities of the Graves Act, having a competent legal team can mean the difference between prison and freedom. Our law firm has handled gun crime cases throughout Bergen County Superior Court, Hackensack Municipal Court, and courts across New Jersey. Choosing the right law firm ensures you have a dedicated advocate who understands local courts and will fight to protect your rights. Contact Lustberg Law Offices, LLC to discuss your case today at 201-880-5311. The firm is located at 1 University Plaza Drive, number 212, Hackensack, New Jersey, 07601, United States.